guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a full glam bronzy look. Just want to shake things up and I want to do more tutorials, and I'm really excited to do this because I really like glam makeup, but sometimes I don't want to do a cut crease, sometimes I don't want to do a halo. I just want to do the most basic kind of like eye makeup look, and then just a full face of foundation, and that's something that I'm really excited about to do. So I hope you enjoy my video, and let's get started. So first we will prime our eyes using the ABH eye primer. Little goes a really long way, so you don't need a lot of products. Like, I usually like to do my eyes before foundation because sometimes that's just more exciting doing an eye look than doing the base first. But you can do it in any way. Sometimes I find it when I finish like the whole base and then I do my eyes, it's easier to fix some of the things, or like foundation won't cover like the place where I put on like some eyeshadow on. So the lids are primed, and today I'm going to use my really dirty Nubian palette by Juvia Play. This is like a very basic neutral kind of like a bronzy look, and we will gonna start with like this shade here. We will start with the outer corner. Take a fluffy brush, knock off the excess, and then just place it on the outer corner. And then the second step is we will use this very metallic shade using our fingers, and then just place it right into the lid. And then use a synthetic brush to blend this in. Use the same brush that you use with the matte shadow and just slightly blend and buff the look. And then use a smaller brush, and then use the dark shade here and just place it onto the outer V to deepen up the look. And then use the same brush that we just started with, and then just slightly buff out the color. So the eye look is yet to finish, but before we put on anything else, we will be doing our base. We will be priming with the E.L.F primer. If it's really kind of like a night look or a very glam look that I wear at night, usually I don't use anything that has like minerals or SPF in it. Try to like mineral as in not mica or talc, but as in like zinc oxide or things that have titanium, because those are very reflective kind of like minerals, and they're used in sunscreen, they can potentially give you flashback. And this primer doesn't have any of that, and I really like this one because it's really smoothing, and it is a very really easy to use kind of a formula. After priming, we will put on some highlighters. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood glow stick, like beauty light one, in the shade Spotlight, and then just place it on the top of my cheekbones, upper lip, and then on the bridge of the nose, and then the forehead. And this will give some glow to the skin. And then use a brush just to pack. And this will give your skin a glow from within after you apply foundation on. So after priming the skin, I will put on foundation, and usually I really like this foundation because it's a very full coverage foundation, and you just need a very little amount of product, and then you will give a very full coverage. Just a few dots. Actually, that's a lot, but we'll be blending this out with a brush. The base shouldn't be really thick. Sometimes I think like the less that the base that you apply, the fresher and the better the look is. Because sometimes when I apply too much foundation, I look like I'm like a cakey mess, or I'm just looking like plastic doll, which some people really like the look. Sometimes I do, but today not so much, and I'm just wanting to even out the face. I can still see some blemish peeking out, and then that's why we're using a concealer to conceal everything else. We're using the Born This Way. We just apply this here, 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 and then some here. What we will do is just use the brush again to pat this in. You don't need a lot of coverage to have like a full coverage skin, and sometimes less product will make it easier to last longer than using more products. And then we will set our face using our Too Faced powder, which There isn't much left, and I'm really sad about that. Using a fluffy brush, just take some of the powder and just slightly graze through the skin to set the face. This will lock the foundation in and then leave the skin with still some like glow. So after we set the foundation, we'll be contouring instead of bronzing today, and we'll be using the shade from Makeup Geek. We're using the complicated cool medium contour shade and using a fan brush. Take some product, knock off the excess, and then just focus on just slightly contouring the face down. Just slightly bring it up. Don't bring it too in the face. Just where your brows and then your eyeshadow ends. So this is where your contour should end. Same with this side. After finish contouring, and then we will give some color back into the skin using a blush. I'm using the Bare Minerals Calm My Blush, and then just knock off the excess and then just place it in and then blend it into the contour. Then we will slightly highlight our face using a finishing powder from Hourglass. I'm using the shade Diffused Light just to dab it on the tops of my cheeks. Bridge of the nose. Then some on the forehead. So we've sort of like finished the base, and then we will go back to the eyeshadow palette again. We will be using the shade, this one, for our inner corner highlight. We will use a pencil brush and then just place it where the inner corner. Just pop it there. You can see here. And then use a smaller brush again, and then take this shade here It's a reddish coppery shade. It's a shimmery shade, and then tap off some excess and then just place it on the outer corner of the under part of their eye. This looks a little messy, but it's fine, and then we'll use a fluffy brush to clean up so that it doesn't look too low, too smoky. Everyone has a different kind of like eye shape. I don't like it when it's dragged too low. I want this to stay high, tighter into the eye so that it doesn't drag down my eyes. And then again using the pencil brush again and just slightly highlight the inner corner. And I will put on some lashes and I will be right back. To finish the look, you have to finish the brows. I'm using the ABH Deep Brow Gel just to slightly fill them in. And for the lips, I'll be just using the Maybelline lipstick. So this is the look. It's really easy to do. I know I'm not good at lashes, but putting on the lashes really finished the look because like it really helps to frame my eyes. And yes. And it's really easy to do kind of a look. You don't need a lot of powder to or a lot of like products to create this look. And I picked a contour over a bronzer today because I find that contour won't make me look as orange. Sometimes I overdo bronzer and it looks a little cray-cray, but it's a more of a gives you a more of a contrast to the eyes, and then the eyes looks warmer. The skin has like slightly more of like that neutral kind of tone, where it helps balance the foundation itself so that I don't look overly warm. And I didn't use a lot of like highlight or a lot of like under eye highlight using cream highlight. I just use the foundation because I feel like less is more sometimes, and when you have like put on some contour, your skin will look, there will be a bounce in there so that you don't have to bring out the lights. Sometimes I think only doing highlight will look a little bit too much, so I prefer using a contour, and this is a really subtle kind of a contour. I make the blush really light. I use a nude lip, which kind of like gives this a really kind of like very neutral kind of like bronzy look that you can do it in a very quick time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, comment down below, subscribe and click the bell button to get notifications for all my videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.